All right, hey, good morning and welcome. This is Welcome to Fayetteville, or better known as WTF. I'm Ricky,
I'm Josh.
and we're just a couple guys from here in Fayetteville, wanting to talk about Fayetteville, hype up our city, and have a podcast where we bring you in to tell you what's going on around town. We talk about what's going on in the real estate market because we both work in real estate. I'm the broker in charge of ERA Strahler Real Estate here in Fayetteville.
Yeah, I'm the director of business development, and we're both locally from here, and one of the things that we both talked about is that there's nothing that you can get information from Fayetteville as far as you got your local news, but you don't really have anybody going out there and really telling you what's going on in your area. And with us being in real estate, we always have different events that we go to, and we're always networking and finding out what new restaurants are opening, what new companies, businesses are coming to town. For instance, like Amazon, we know people are hiring, they're coming in. So we want to keep you updated on what's going on in Fayetteville, and not just the surrounding areas, but right here in our local hometown.
Yeah, and I think yesterday the FCEDC, the Fayetteville Cumberland, Economic Development Commission. I think. Sorry, guys, if I get that wrong, but they announced yesterday that we are getting a multi-million-dollar titanium plant that'll be going in over by Ramsey Street, I believe.
Oh, wow.
So that's going to be huge for the area, bring a lot of high-paying jobs to the area, which is going to be a very good thing, not only for Fayetteville and for our economy in itself, but the real estate market, and it just trickles down all the way through to from the CEO of that company to a janitor in a school or whichever. It's going to have an impact that's going to be huge on the area. Should be very good. A good grab for the city of Fayetteville. So congratulations to the city of Fayetteville on getting awarded that huge contract from that huge company. So that's going to be very exciting coming here in the near future. But like Josh said, we're very intertwined with the local business leaders and local gatherings of what's going on. Myself, I'm an ambassador for the Greater Fayetteville Chamber of Commerce. Shout out to the chamber. So we attend a lot of events with a lot of very big and influential local leaders, everybody from politician to business leaders to business representatives that show up to these events, trying to stay in tune with what's going on with them and their businesses, but also, like Josh mentioned, what's new, what's coming up to the area, what local or national chains are coming to the area. Fayetteville's steadily growing. We're getting multiple Wawa.
Yeah.
So if you've taken a lot of trips up North 95, so as soon as you cross that Virginia border, you got to stop into a Wawa and grab a sandwich.
I do travel to Virginia quite a bit, so yeah, they are up there.
It's exciting to have Wawas. Maybe we'll get a Buc-ee's because I could really go for a brisket sandwich.
Never been to Buc-ee's, so I couldn't tell you what it tastes like or anything.
Really? Oh my God.
Never been.
Okay. So maybe one episode of this podcast, we take a trip down to Florence to go check out Buc-ee's. I know it's Welcome to Fayetteville's the podcast, but we might have to do a Welcome to Florence episode just to go to Buc-ee's.
Well, it ain't that far. It's only about an hour and 15 minutes down the highway, so it ain't that big of a deal.
Yeah. It is. It's about worth it for that brisket. We've got a bunch of local places that have amazing brisket too. So I know I talk about Buc-ee's. I was just on the gas station theme, but Mission Barbecue and other places locally owned here in town have really good brisket and barbecue and food too. So, but yeah. So Josh mentioned earlier, and I'll touch back on this, but we're both local. Both Jack Britt High School alumni. Go Buccaneers. I see Josh is wearing his purple,
I got my purple on right now.
High school football season's coming up very soon.
Yes. We'll definitely have to make some trips out to see some of those games.
Yeah, for sure. You'll have your local powerhouses. Jack Britt's done pretty decent in the past couple years. 71st has been a powerhouse for local high school football in the past couple years. What was it, 2019 they won the state title? No, I think it was a little bit sooner than that. But yeah, they've been doing good. Cape Fear High School always has a pretty solid program. Um, we got a lot of really solid high school athletic programs in the area. Um, and you look out into the professional world of sports and you see a lot of Fayetteville representation.
Absolutely.
You got Dennis Smith Jr., who's heavily involved with the 2-6 Project, local nonprofit that gives back to the Fayetteville community. He's on the New York Knicks currently.
Yeah, I believe so. Let's look that up so we're not missing.
Yeah.
So we're not. Go ahead. While you're doing that, I'll look this up.
Yep. No, you're fine. Trinity Christian alumni.
He is.
NC State alumni. I won't hate him for that. It's not the other blue school that I despise. It's the redheaded stepchild of North Carolina college sports, but NC State's got a good program too.
So he's currently with the Brooklyn Nets.
Nets.
That's
okay.
where he's at.
Okay.
He was with Charlotte and Detroit, and but yeah, he's currently with the Brooklyn Nets.
Okay.
Mavericks, Knicks, Detroit, Hornets, Nets.
Same city, just wrong
close.
borough.
Yeah, you were close, so I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Same state.
That's like mixing up somebody playing for the Woodpeckers and they actually play for the Hope Mills Rockfish. But let's see.
Time.
Ricky, make sure you bring your mic a little bit closer to you.
All right. Momentary pause for the.
He wasn't fucking around, was he?
Had to do a momentary pause for the. So this is live, and we've got the city of Fayetteville live right behind us, which I do love this backdrop that we have here. We've got such a beautiful downtown area. They've done a lot of tremendous work and improvements to it. Kudos to everybody, from Mayor Colvin on
Cool Springs
down,
District down there.
Cool Springs District, the Downtown Alliance. They're really trying to beautify our city.
And guys, and if you're not involved in these community outreaches, I highly suggest you do that because, whether it's a member of the chamber, whether it's the Downtown Alliance, any of that stuff, man, it just keeps you informed of what's going on in your area. And right now in the times that we're in, you have to know what's going on. I believe, the more you educate yourself on this and your local knowledge, the better we'll all be. Because make sure it's election year. Let's not hide from this. This is not going to be a podcast where we hide from anything.
No.
And you really have to get out and vote. I don't care what your political views are, whether Democrat, Republican, Independent, doesn't matter. You need to really do your research on things because it affects you locally, and it's really your local politicians more than just your president, your vice president, any of that stuff. Your senators, your House representatives. You really need to get involved because when you go to these meetings, you'll see those people. You'll be able to interact with them. You'll be able to talk to them, voice your concerns, and they'll listen. So that's one of the things that I highly recommend if you are listening to go out and get involved in these community outreach programs because, man, it will really make a difference and you'll start to see a lot of these changes that are going on. And I just highly recommend it. I can't say any more about that, but just get out and get involved in the community because right now we don't have a lot of young people in this community that will actually get involved. We talk about our background. We're from here. Like we want this city to be great because, there's very few people that are born and raised in Fayetteville.
It seems like almost everybody's a transplant from somewhere.
I was
by the military.
Yeah, and see, my dad was military, and that's what brought us here. But I was born way before that. My family's from here, out in Harnett County, but I grew up here in Fayetteville. Jack Brett, and I went to Melvin Honeycutt over there, and John Griffin, and played soccer and golf, and just to give you a little background on me, then I moved up to Hickory, North Carolina, went and played golf up there at Lenore Ryan, moved back, lived in Raleigh for a little bit and worked for 1-800 Pack Rat storage container companies, worked for DirecTV, traveled across the different states from pretty much all over the East Coast, from Virginia to South Carolina to Tennessee. Then finally, settling down in Nashville for the past 6 years before moving back for COVID. And that, and then coming back here and just really seeing what a lot of these different cities do, especially Nashville. You try to bring some of those big cities to these little ones just to kind of give them that feeling. And I think with this baseball stadium, the new expo that's coming downtown, we got new restaurants coming. I believe there's a new restaurant right over here, if I'm not mistaken. Do you know what it's called? It's right on Hay Street.
I know Southern Pines Brewery.
Brewery, yeah, it's coming
is coming. So brewery is like one of those words, like rural.
Yeah, you struggling with it?
I'm struggling over here, but yeah. So they're coming to the area, and like you said, the Crown Event Center is going to come downtown over there where the courthouse is in that parking lot, which is going to be a great addition. A lot of good. Musical acts.
I mean, hell, we got a new video game arcade going right here, right next to us, right across the street from the baseball stadium. If you haven't looked at it, it's going to be ridiculous. I mean, it's going to be nice, and I think it's
going to be huge.
I believe it's going to be dog friendly, is what I've been heard. Is that not correct? Yeah, so dog friendly.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, and that'll be located in the old AIT building, or if you're as old as my dad. The old Sears building downtown.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that Sears building.
Yeah. So that's, as Josh said, I'm also born and raised, right here in good old Fayetteville, Cape Valley Hospital. Me and my wife, and my kids, we're all originally from here. You did the whole elementary to high school run.
I know. Hey, I did it real quick, but I did forget to mention my kids, so I'm sorry about that. I got 2 beautiful kids, boy and girl.
They are adorable. Absolutely adorable. Yeah, so I've got I'll do the whole thing. My wife, Brittany Sue, shout out to you. Love you, babe. My 2 kids, Briella Sky is 6 years old, Nathaniel is 13 years old. I myself went to Cumberland Mills Elementary, Douglas Byrd Middle School. And then then we moved over and I graduated and all 4 years went to Jack Brett High School, wrestled for Jack Brett.
Don't let him fool you. It took him 5.
It may have took me 2 to get through 6th grade, but I finished high school in 4 years. But I didn't get to go anywhere cool. I stayed with the local team. I went to good old Fayetteville Technical Community College for a little bit. Can't really say I got my degree from there, but hey,
Hey, don't worry, I didn't get a degree from Lenore Ryan either.
Don't let that stop you. I worked for I did all kinds of stuff. I framed houses. I installed carpet. Did sheetrock, tile, vinyl, painting. Did electrical. Did low voltage. I worked for CenturyLink for a while, which they've changed names now 37 times. I don't even know.
I think they still got CenturyLink. I believe my mom still got it in her building for internet.
I think it's Brightspeed now.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Brightspeed?
So
they just changed they still got the same logo but changed the name?
No, I think they changed the logo too. I think it's orange now instead of like the green.
Is it really?
Yeah. So it's I'll have to look when I go downtown. It's one of the big buildings with the white squares all over it and the towers on top of it. You can almost see it from here, but if the stadium wasn't there, but I'll take the stadium being there any day
me
of the
too.
week. So absolutely love the stadium. I think they do a great job over there. But I've done almost everything that there is to do with homes except for plumbing.
I'm good on that too.
Yeah, no, that's just crappy stuff.
Yeah, literally and figuratively.
Roofing.
I've actually done roofing. That was one of my second jobs, other than sweeping out homes. I started framing with my Uncle Mark out there roofing at Peachtree Crossing, and hauling up plywood and shingles. Yeah. And then hanging from the trusses while they were bringing them in with the big cranes, and then nailing them down in with no straps whatsoever, no helmet, no nothing. I mean, this is back in 2004.
We call that an OSHA violation.
Yeah, we called that we didn't care back then, and but it was fun though. I mean, it definitely teaches you what you don't want to do for the rest of your life.
Yes. Hey, and I mean, for the kids out there watching, don't listen to that. You definitely got to go do some of that hard physical labor.
Yeah.
It really teaches you to respect those in that field that do it. My father-in-law and my stepfather-in-law both, do home renovations, home finish work and stuff like that. They're out there every single day, working out in this incredible heat that we've been having, just back breaking, killing themselves right now in this heat.
No kidding.
And I respect the mess out of them, but it taught me a lot of good things. If you follow me on Facebook and have been for a while, then you've seen, that me and my wife a year and a half or so ago completely gutted and renovated a home that we now call ours. And, a lot of the stuff that I learned and that I applied to that was learned from, framing houses and doing electrical and doing all those jobs. So it's definitely good skills to have. Translates over to, for both of us, me and you, to the real estate world too. So when we're showing houses and we're talking to people about listings and stuff like that, we know what it takes to do the work. We know what needs to be done a lot of the times. Sometimes you get these home inspections and you're working with a buyer and home inspection just scares the mess out of them. And you can be like, hey,
it's all right. Just say.
They've got to word this a certain way because they're legally obligated to, but at the same time, it's handyman stuff.
It's not a big issue.
I'm sure, they've got a guy who, buy them a box of pizza and a couple beers, and they'll probably come over and knock it out for you on a Saturday afternoon. It's just, it's all good. It's all fun stuff, man. I wouldn't take away my past for anything. I'm sure we've all everybody's got regrets and things they would have done differently, but it wouldn't have led me to where I was today. So I'm happy with the life I've got. I love my job, love my family, love my house. So,
hey, and you get to work next to me every day.
I get to work next to you every day. Yeah, and then we add this layer on.
I know, right?
Of it too, so
we're
now
just
we got a
throwing more
podcast.
and more shit on top of it.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but one of the cool things is like it's not just real estate that we do.
Yeah, no, I mean it's community involvement. It's going to the Dogwood Festival and going to the chamber and getting to meet all these people that do have a lot of influence on the community. Yeah. You mentioned earlier local politicians. Simone Pemberton, she's running for state senate. A young girl, bringing that new generation into hopefully into the state senate. Peter Pappas,
another one.
Both of them two are in real estate. He's a county
commercial
commissioner. Yeah. So he's running for the county commissioner spot. Jimmy Keefe, he's been in the local politics for a while. Diane Wheatley
and Kirk Deviere, he used to work here. He's a Democrat, and he's running for county commissioner too. He was our senator here for a little bit.
Great guy.
Yeah, I love Kirk.
Nat Robinson, he's the CEO for the Greater Fayetteville Chamber now and has really done amazing things with growing the chamber. I think he's grown the chamber by like 600% of what it used to be. I mean, it came from, just a couple of good old boy businesses to now it's got just about every business that you see has the chamber sticker and the Consumer Protection Division logo out in front of their store. For those who don't know, I mentioned Consumer Protection Division. The city of Fayetteville and the Chamber of Commerce has got their own Better Business Bureau. Because a lot of the times you can't rely on the Yelp reviews and Google reviews. Of course, you either love them and you go review it, or you absolutely hate them, have a bad experience, and you go review them. So that's a local level Better Business Bureau where they go through and they've got their own criteria that they use to vet these businesses to make sure that they're reputable businesses for those in the Fayetteville area. So ERA Strahler Real Estate's one of them.
Absolutely.
A few of our sponsors. Five West Media Group is one of them. So
Empower is another one as well.
Yep. So we've got a lot of companies in one here. We pride ourselves on being a one-stop shop for real estate. It's not just ERA. It's Five West. It's Empower. It's Lindello Mortgage.
Yep.
I mean, everything start to finish.
I think we need to go ahead and pop a little marketing advertisement for them real quick because we've been mentioning their name so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this podcast is sponsored by Lindello Mortgage and Empower Commercial Group, and that is our property management company. It is not just commercial; it is residential as well. So if you're looking for a rental, call Empower Commercial, and they will help you find something today.
Yeah, Brandy and her team do an amazing job.
Mm-hmm.
They're at 700 and climbing up
Actually,
towards 800.
I think
homes.
we're closer to 900 right now.
Jesus Christ!
We just brought in another 100 and something properties. So yeah, she's rolling over there, and like I said, there's no better property management company than Empower. I'm telling you that right now. I've seen them all. I've rented in this town for a long time, and you can't beat our vendors. You can't beat anybody that they bring out. And most of the vendors for property management, they try to get ours. Ours are exclusive to Empower.
Yeah. And like I said, Brandy, Desiree, Zelina,
Mm-hmm.
all four of them girls, they do an amazing job managing 800 properties. It's just mind-blowing to me.
Yep.
Property management is not for the faint of heart.
No.
But those girls, they rock it out.
Mm-hmm.
They do great. They work with the owners.
Yeah. Work with the tenants.
The landlords.
Yeah.
Extremely well. Working with the tenants extremely
Mm-hmm.
well. They've turned that thing into a well-oiled machine.
And the thing is, between the three of them, they can and they're doing 6-month inspections on top of that and bringing new properties in. I mean, look, property management is something that you can make a ton of money in, and you can also lose a ton of money. But I mean, it is just not for the faint of heart, like you said.
Yeah,
Let's just
no.
put it that way.
No.
And that's what this podcast is about, guys. We want you to understand how real estate really works. I think there's a misconstruction or misconception. There you go.
Yeah.
Sorry, English. I barely got by. Okay, my mom had to pay the teacher to get me out of English class. Let's be real here.
It's funny. I barely got by on math, and now. To my old math teachers, if you're watching this, I laugh at you because you said I wouldn't be able to walk around with a calculator in my pocket. Well, now I've got my smartphone. It's got a calculator on it. So, joke's on you. I'm making it by just fine.
And I do more math than I ever done.
Yeah, for sure. But it's practical math,
Yeah, it's easy. It's basic.
Stuff, I don't want to get overly political, but God, some of this practical application stuff is what we need to be having. Bring home ec back to schools and stuff like that.
I mean, hey, look, man. I thought it was crazy that they don't have any welding, no.
Oh man, that is where money's at.
No trades in these schools, and that is a huge thing, man. People coming out of schools now. I'm one of them. I didn't know how to open a bank account or go. Start investing money or go get a credit card or any of this stuff. Nobody tells you this. Nobody teaches you this. You just have to figure it out on your own. Yeah, my mom gave me some advice, but I mean, there's only so much advice she can give me at this point.
Yeah.
You're straight out of high school. Sometimes you don't go to college.
Yeah.
You go straight into the workforce, and you don't know how to pay no bills. You don't know how to. Half the people don't even know how to call the damn utility company to even set it up.
No, they don't. And then, you mentioned earlier about misconceptions with real estate. They think it's all just, we smile and open
The
a
glamour,
door
yeah.
And yeah.
Look, it ain't no glamour over here. We're not selling houses to LeBron James or anybody like that.
No, we are going into homes where the floor is falling through with clients. We are sharing the struggles of, these buyers that don't have a lot of money to put down on some of these homes. Thank God for, the city of Fayetteville's got a program where they help with the first-time home buyers. So If you have questions about that, feel free to contact us. The state of North Carolina has a $15,000 first-time home buyer credit that they offer as well.
But make sure you make your first choice Lindella mortgage.
There you go. But, there are different opportunities and avenues that'll help you to pay those deposits. And it's not getting any easier. Recently, they had the class action suit that just got settled and I mean, it's valid to an extent because you do, as a seller, you're paying for the buyer's agent or had been in the past. And you don't always get the best representation. And then I can also see the argument for, okay, I'm the seller. Why am I paying the buyer's agent? The guy that'd be like being the plaintiff and paying for the defendant.
Exactly.
Attorney.
The attorney bill, yeah.
But at the same time, you're doing that because it helps you sell the home. And because these buyers, they've got due diligence, earnest money.
They got a lot of money they got to put up.
Down payments, closing costs, and the like. But yeah, so the point of this podcast is to try to, just talk about our city, man, because I love our city. I love Fayetteville. I know a lot of people bash Fayetteville and talk down about Fayetteville, but man, it's just one of those things. You got to be here and you got to know it to love it. You got to be from here to really appreciate it, and sometimes you have to leave and come back to really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And nothing against military. I love my military personnel. I respect the mess out of what they do. But I think that's part of sometimes where people come here and they might have been from somewhere else and they've got that hometown pride. So, that's where a lot of the bashing of Fayetteville comes from. Because we don't have the flashy clubs and stuff like that, but there's a lot of good, clean fun that you can have. We've got the Fayetteville Woodpeckers have a beautiful stadium.
Absolutely, I love it. It's sponsored by the Astros team.
Yeah, so. The Houston Astros single A affiliate.
Yeah.
We've had some good success stories already in the short time that we've had that team. Jake Myers, they came out with his bobblehead last Saturday. He's starting center fielder, World Series champion for the Houston Astros. He played our first season here. He played for the Bowie Creek Astros the one season that they were at Campbell University, and then they came here in 2019. He played here, and it's kind of cool to Sam Pollock. That's one of the ticket sales reps. So if you're looking to buy ticket sales, definitely call Sam. He's a great guy. He came over yesterday and brought me a bobblehead. And
I'm going to have to talk to him about that. Look here, man. I show my ass over there, and then all of a sudden he gets a bobblehead. I'm like, what's going on here?
I appreciate you. Thanks for my bobblehead. Sam knows I love my bobbleheads. I got like 3 or 4 bunker bobbleheads in Marky the Marksman, Fayetteville Marksman hockey team. Those are always very fun games. They used to be the Fire Ants. Now they're the Marksmen. We do still have a hockey team for those who always act surprised that we have a hockey team.
We've had a hockey team longer than anything here.
That's what I'm saying. I don't get why there's so many people that still seem so surprised about that. So, Marksman, I'll help push you out. But, the Crown Event Center is coming. So, we'll see a lot of the musical artists and comedic acts and plays. Speaking of plays, the Cape Fear Regional Theater has some great productions.
Yes, they do.
Young and old, everybody in between can go.
I believe you went and saw Cinderella too, didn't you?
I did go see Cinderella.
It was really good. We took our kids, and it was amazing.
Yeah. And
you went to the 101 Dalmatians too, didn't you?
So my daughter was in the 101 Dalmatians Junior. They do a summer series every summer, and it's great. It's freaking adorable, man. Watching her, run around.
What was she, Piper? Was that what it was?
Pepper. She was one of the Dalmatian puppies, and it was her first play. And man, she's hooked. My son Nathaniel, he did it for years, but now he's one of them too cool teenagers.
He's too cool for school.
He's too cool for school now, man. He's been in a few of the plays. Fort Bragg, they've got a lot of, sorry, Fort Liberty.
You better get that right.
I better get it right.
Dude, I can't.
Dude, we probably need to put like one of the swear jars.
Oh, dude, I'd fill it up. What are you talking about? It'd be all my money in there and nobody else.
Well, hey, well, after the podcast, we'll go downtown and grab some drinks, and we'll use your money from the swear jar. Me, you, and Jordan over here. Y'all can't see Jordan Blake. He's behind the camera. He does amazing work and content for us.
Go see him at 5 West.
Yeah, he's with 5 West Media Group. He's their photographer and videographer. They've got Matt who does the graphics. So if you see a cool logo or some graphics on here, chances are Matt had a hand with that. Jasmine, she's the business brains behind the operation over there.
And does it all from Germany.
Yeah.
Does it all from Germany.
And stays up till 3 a.m. their time to make sure she's on our schedule too, to make sure stuff
with
gets
2
done.
kids.
Yeah.
I mean, she's married to my cousin, so God bless her.
Yeah. Which, by the way, speaking of your cousin and stuff, I know y'all play a lot of video games. I'll have to get with y'all and play some of that NCAA 25 that just came out.
You don't want that smoke.
No, I want the smoke. I want all the smoke. But 5 West Media Group, they help us. Jordan does a great job with helping us set up our podcast and produce it and film it and
absolutely.
And
so
edit it. And I mean, we are literally just the okay looking faces in front of the camera.
Speak for yourself.
Jordan's the one that's going to make all this happen. So shout out to 5 West Media on that for sure. But yeah, Fayetteville's a great town, a great city. So I'm gonna love this series of podcasts to highlight our area. We'll have some great guests come on the show and talk about what they've got going on.
We might have some of them politicians. You never know.
Might
Now that
have
it's
some.
coming election time.
I mean, hey, November, get out.
And we'll have both Democrat, Republican, Independents. We know them all, so we'll make sure that it's even kill on here.
Yeah. And I mean, there's a lot of good viewpoints on both sides of the aisles. It's a shame. Lately it seemed like it's one extreme
or the other
extreme. You can have your cake and eat it too.
Look,
I mean, there's politicians out there. That's why it's important to stay on top of who you're voting for, what their belief system is, because there's plenty that can take some from this side and be like, okay, I see your point, and I feel that's very valid. I can apply that to what I've got going on, and some from this side.
Well, I think it's more education. Like, you need to educate yourself and not just be so blunt and just be like, oh, I'm only on this side and I'm not going to see this side.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just be real here. I mean, we have to learn this, and we have to come together, because at the end of the day, we're all Americans.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, let's be real. No matter if you're white, black, purple, green, yellow, pink, I don't really care. We're all Americans.
No, we're all one race. We're the human race.
Yeah.
I mean, that's point blank period. We all want to be successful in whatever it is that we do. We want to, it's just, again, not to get too political or too Christian or anything like that. It's just love for one another and everybody as a society, and just treating everybody how you want to be treated. It's the golden rule. It's how it should be. But like,
we won't bore you no more with that
Yeah,
talk. I mean, they don't want to hear that shit.
no.
But it's okay though. We'll have some good episodes on here. We're gonna have some great guests. I'm very, very excited about some of these guests. We'll get some of the woodpeckers over here.
Yeah.
We'll get some owners from downtown. Have them speak about their restaurants, businesses, any
Nathan
of those.
over at Blue Moon.
Exactly.
Joshua, he's got the speakeasy.
Winter
around the
Bloom,
corner.
he's got there. I mean, Danny and them down at Piero's are amazing.
Yep.
Then you got PJ down there. He runs Archway. His dad is the biggest wine distributor in this region.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll have a lot of cool people up here, and I'm looking forward to it, and looking forward to doing it with your ugly mug, I guess.
No, well, I appreciate it. Hey, I can't help. God slapped me with an ugly stick, so I just got to kind of make it work.
He didn't slap you. You fell down every branch and hit every one of them on the way down.
Golly. All right. We might have to pause, go to a commercial break. He might come back with a black eye. Who knows?
Hey, well, it's the price you pay.
But yeah, I mean, you've had podcasts in the past. This is my very first one, so if I seem absolutely terrible and don't know how to talk into a microphone, I'll get better.
It's all good. And I don't know if my MMA podcast counts as doing podcasts. I mean, I was just doing UFC fighters, but it's good.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate y'all for sticking around this long and listening to us yap on. Promise we'll have some good content for you here coming soon. This was just our introductory podcast. Yep. We're going to be trying to push these out every week. Mm-hmm. So stay tuned. Watch out for the ERA YouTube, ERA TV YouTube channel, where you'll get our show, WTF, Welcome to Fayetteville, and Shane Cox and Gray Hernandez are doing a podcast that's going to be specifically about real estate.
They're going to teach you a little bit more than we will. We're a little bit more.
We're just local, man. We're just talking about the city.
I think we're just bullshitting, really, is what we're doing.
That's exactly what we are on the clock right now.
And I get to talk and just run my mouth.
Yeah,
it sounds like a pretty good deal to me.
Your mom's paying us a salary right now to just do nothing but BS. So we're going to take that and run with it.
Hey, look, this is all. I'm going to be honest with you. I love real estate, but I love running my mouth better, I think.
Tell me something I don't know.
Yeah. It's like you sent me that. What was that? The thing you sent me this morning? I'm always late. I'm never on time, but at least I'm always here.
Oh, it's the Cat Williams meme where you're like, they know I'm coming. Yeah. I know I'm coming. I'll be there when I get there.
Yeah, I'll be there when I get there.
Look, it's like 9:55. We're supposed to film this at 10. I'm like, where is Josh?
Look, I walked right in at 10 o'clock. I was ready to go.
Yeah, and then
I was waiting on you.
Yeah, then acting like you waited on me. Come on now. But no, so ERA TV is going to be where all this is. Shane and Gray got theirs.
Jordan, do you know their show? What their show is?
It's 50 Shades and Gray.
50 Shades of Gray.
50 Shades of Gray.
50 Shades of Gray.
50
Okay.
Shades of
Okay.
Gray.
50 Shades of Gray.
All three of these episodes are gonna pop on the channel at once, so you guys get to watch all 3 episodes at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
But that's not the real title of the show. What's the real title of the show?
50 Shades of Gray.
50
well, that's what I voted for, but that's not
50 Shades of Gray. Is that not like a little like?
That was something I just pitched out, and that's what they went with. Gray said that multiple times. I don't know if that's actually finalized, but that's what it sounded like.
Well, that's
may or may not be that name. It is not clarified. You'll see in the final edit.
Yeah. So I did see that Matt Franklin, the graphic designer for 5 West Media Group, he was working on the logo. I walked in the other day and was checking it out.
We're gonna have to start working on ours.
It was in fact not 50 Shades of Gray. So I was a little disappointed at that. The name of the show does blank my mind right this second, but it will be located above this video or below this video, somewhere on the ERA TV YouTube page. You'll see me and Josh pushing out on social media. 5 West Media Group will push it out on theirs. ERA Strahler Real Estate might push it out on theirs. This is sponsored by all of those companies, as well as Lindello Mortgage, Empower Commercial Group. If you're interested in sponsoring this, please don't hesitate to give us a call.
Or if you want to be on the show.
Yeah.
Hey,
if you want to be on the show,
we're more than welcome to have any guest contact us.
Yeah, because we've got a lot of friends, friends of the company, friends of the show, from PwC, Cape Fear Valley Medical Center. They're doing a lot of big things. Maybe we'll have them come on. They've got a good partnership with Methodist University. They're building a college for medicine here in the area. So a lot of exciting stuff that we can bring to you and share with you. So I think that's it for me, man. You got anything you want to say before we wrap this thing up?
No, let's get the hell out of here. I'm ready to go eat.
All right. Well, y'all come check us out on the next one.